Hello friends, Sam here at Rand McNally, and today we're going to talk a little bit about entering a multi-stop trip and route display options on the IntelliRoute TND. Entering a multi-stop trip is made easy by using the simple TND interface. Go to Choose Destination, Multi-Stop Trip, New Trip. Now we've got to give this trip a name. Let's call it the July Run. And enter, and now it's been saved. Now the next step is to go ahead and open that folder and start adding addresses. There are 4 different ways I can enter an address or a destination from this screen. I can enter a new address, take something from my history, take something from my address book, or search for a point of interest. Let's do one of each. First, our history. I'm going to head up to Madison, Wisconsin. I've got a delivery up there. It's going to ask you if you want to add another destination. I do. Now let's search for a POI. I'm headed down towards St. Louis, and I think I'm going to need some fuel when I get down there. So let's look for some fuel in St. Louis. There it is, St. Louis, Missouri. Let's find a travel center. Check out the Go West Mart. I do want to add another destination. This time I'm headed down to our warehouse in Richmond, Virginia. Got that in there. We're going to add one more, and this time we're going to enter an address, and this time we're going to go to the city center of Pittsburgh. There we go. And we are looking for Pittsburgh in the lovely state of Pennsylvania, and we're done adding addresses. So I'm going to select no. Now at this point, I have a couple options in front of me. I can reorder the trip, or I can start the trip. Let's show you what reordering the trip is. I can do it manually, meaning I can move 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 and toggle back and forth. I can have the TND actually optimize those trips for me, and that's up to 10 stops, or I can reverse the trip. Everything looks to be in order here, so let's get rolling.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Okay, now that my trip is calculated, I can go ahead and pull out the turn-by-turn, and we can look at my route display options. Here we're looking at the detailed view. So what this is it's every single maneuver that you're going to have to do, every turn by every turn. If I click route display options, I can also see the highway view. So this is only going to show me the highways that I'm going to be on. We've also got the trip summary. Now remember folks, depending on how many stops you put in here, it may take a few minutes to have it actually calculate the entire trip, meaning each leg. So right now they're approximating the distance at 1,196 miles and about 22 hours. My first leg to Madison is 148 miles. My second leg is 365, and pay attention to this bar here because that is the calculating bar that's showing you how much of the trip we've actually calculated to this point. And we have one other route display option, which is my personal favorite. I think this is kind of cool, the summary map view. And as you can see there, we've got number 1 up in Madison, number 2 down in St. Louis, number 3 in Richmond, Kentucky, and number 4 home at the Berg. Well, it looks like we've got a trip ahead of us here, so let's get started. And that's a closer look at how to enter a multi-stop trip and route display options on the IntelliRoute TND.